How are you?
Good.
Mike?
Sure.
Perfect time, fella.
There you go.
Hi, Kim. How are you?
I'm sorry, good morning.
Hello, Mike, how are you?
Good, and you?
Good to see you.
Okay. You have the floor.
All right. Well, basically, what I need to, first of all, talk to you about is this Combustion Technologies has sent in a bid. However, I want you to make sure you understand that that has no labor associated with it. I'm still waiting on the other two, which hopefully are a little bit more informative than that one. That one looks good, but if you figure labor double to what parts is, it's pretty close to where we were at. And we're not gonna act on that right now, that's just information right now until we get all the bids in.
So just the equipment, and this is just for one side, correct? We'd have to,
No, that actually shows both. The top one is the first boiler, basically, and this is the add-on.
okay,
This is number one, this is number two.
okay.
But by the time they do their labor and their
Right,
piping
so
and whatever
we're
else
looking
they're
at
gonna tell them.
18,000 plus labor, plus a little more engineering.
Yeah, plus engineering, plus parts, because I don't know what it takes to connect all that up. I mean,
Right,
so
and
that can't be a whole lot, but
And of course, no pumps included in the above. Estimated
So that's
cost of
down the
pumps
bottom.
is 2,800,
right, so another $6,000 under there.
and we need new pumps.
Right. So you're about 24 with just
Right,
that.
right.
So
Okay, is this my copy?
yes.
Okay, I'll pass that around. And if, when do you anticipate getting the real number? I mean, are they going to give you a real
They're not
number?
going to give us engineering unless we go ahead and
Right,
give it to them. I'm hoping for the other two bids to come in. I believe Walnut was going to give a bid in Jarl, maybe Jarl, J-A-R-L.
right, right. Okay.
Was the other one. Okay. Other than that, that's all the new business I have. Other than that, I would just want to, I'd like to go over a couple of things here with you, if you don't mind, having to do with the budget meeting we had on Friday at 3 o'clock.
Right.
I want to make sure my numbers are right here, because I got back and I'd written all over this paper, so I just want to confirm that what you had said was actually what I wrote down. I know you said you're taking an additional 2 months, so you're only giving me credit for 8 months worth of prisoner housing on federal prisoners. That's what I anticipated.
Right.
And I understand the reasoning behind that. Let's see. I believe that the end number, if I'm right, was the $4,477,984. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. That's the one I used. And there was a difference of 216,000 still then from what I had originally proposed to what your
Right.
number is. Okay. My workman's comp is 86,000, I believe you said, because of discounts and whatever else it had dropped
Correct.
down to 86. It was 134. FICA's at 7.65, correct? Still the
Yes.
same as it always was?
Yes.
Okay. And health is 4882. 4882.
Yes.
All right, so my health has gone up some then from what I had originally wanted. Actually down from what my proposal is, I guess, is what
Right.
it actually did. But surf is 2,000. Unemployment, we're leaving it right at 20. It was 19,467.
Correct.
I believe. So I'm right on that. And my 190,000 carryover cash from this year that I have in the bank right now,
Correct.
you're saying I am not allowed to use as income for this, Dan?
Well, I am hesitant to put it in the budget, to be spent in the event that if on May 1st we have no prisoners. When they left in 08, was it for 10 months, Jim? They were gone for 10 months.
Why didn't we?
That was the cell phone in the, was that the cell phone in the ceiling?
No.
No, that was this past year. No, that was before I came in, they were pulled. I mean, between.
Before I
me-
came in.
well, Yeah, I mean, nothing.
No one knows why they left.
Right, okay, but they left for 10 months. Now, we are basing it on the fact that they will be back May the 1st. If they're not back May the 1st, we need that $192,000 to fall back on then.
Can't use it. Well, I see what you're saying. But, okay, let's say they come back,
If we need to make an emergency appropriation, we need that $192,000 plus our emergency fund, because you have, that's 2.2 weeks worth of expenses is what you have set back right now. That's what $192,000 is. So if sales tax revenue drops by 0.5% or 1%, we don't have prisoners May the 1st, all of our projections are too low.
and if we do have them back before that, then I've got 192,000 sitting there I can't use anyway because my budget is this amount. And I can't use past that, even though it's there in reserve. I know you understand, I think you understand, but my question here is, I started out 402,000 in the hole in '09. That was zeroed out at the end of the year, and we were actually told by this commission, minus you, that it was our duties as elected officials to bring forth more money into the next year so that we could use it. I bring 192,000 forward and I get nothing. That's my only problem.
Right.
You know,
I understand.
And we've had this talk also about, you know, fair and equal. And you mentioned Ms. Cox being cut, you know, if you cut her 15%, you cut into her salary. Well, my guys have had 5% taken away from them for the last year.
I understand that.
You know, I'm not wanting to give raises, I'm wanting to give back 3% of what I took away. They're not even into a raise yet.
Right.
You know, it cuts their salary, and now if you're asking for an additional 216 plus 190 is $409,000. Rough, $406,000.
216 plus what?
The 216 difference we have right now that I have to actually deduct somewhere in my budget to get down to the number, plus the 190 I brought forward I'm not allowed to use, is $406,000 is what you're again taking away from my office this year.
The 190 is, it's not fair to say that you're not allowed to use it. If in the event we have an emergency that we truly need it, but it is, and one thing, you keep referring to the old commission, one thing you're going to notice drastically different between the old commission and this commission. The original budget for last year showed you at ending the year at $10,000 in the bank. Kudos to you for bringing it in at 192, but it is fiscally irresponsible. It does not make business sense to operate an operation of this magnitude with only $192,000 in the bank isn't anything. It's fiscally irresponsible to budget that and plan to spend it. We do not know when those prisoners are coming back. And if they don't come back, if they do, you'll have more money to spend.
No, I won't. That's why I'm getting at. If the budget is set at 4.4, that is my max. I am not allowed to spend a penny over that.
I can make an emergency appropriation, and if you have prisoners in your building that need to be fed, that constitutes an emergency. There will be corresponding income to go with that.
I don't know where I'm getting the 216 from, I can tell you that right now. I've looked it over. I guess we need to have another meeting, and if I can get that set up now sometime, if you can tell me when tomorrow sometime, would be great.
Well,
Because I'm,
okay, the numbers we talked about on the fringe benefits, that got 99,686 of it.
I'm sorry, I didn't follow that.
On the fringe benefit page, the reductions in medical insurance and workers' comp and things of that nature, that saves you almost $100,000 there. if I flip back to the regular expenditure page, your auto and police liability insurance is actually $135,000. So
145, but 146 almost, 145.9 something is what the number was. I don't have it in front of me, but.
the number Elaine gave me was 135. So,
Well, I just got one from Rick here just recently. Showed it at 145.9 something. I might have put that in there. I didn't put that actual page in here, but it's 146, 145.9 something is what Rick gave me
On
my liability.
Calvin liability.
okay,
So I figured 146,000, 145.9.
so if we call it 146,
Mm-hmm.
there's 21,000 there.
I don't believe that like I said, I haven't had a lot of time to sit down and
We
go
need
over this
to,
and try that.
we need to clarify that number, Rick, because I have a premium statement from Elaine. Did you get a premium statement specifically for that amount?
Get them right back, I'll get it.
Now, are
Okay.
you talking, just to make sure I'm clear, you're not talking workman's comp, you're talking police
No,
liability?
I'm talking
Okay.
police liability.
Because the original workman's comp was 134, and it was real close to that number.
That's gonna get us about another 20 there.
Correct, 21.
Okay, now, if your prisoner meal budget is 150,000 predicated on 1.1 of income, if we allow 880,000, if that moved in proportion, that could go to 125, couldn't it? It appears that meals are about 15% of the total income.
And you're saying take it to what, I'm sorry?
125?
That's a possibility, however, if we hit that, yeah, I'm sure we could probably go there. But if we hit that, then we're, once again, I'm back in that emergency. What I don't want to happen is for this to be like last year when, or year before, when money was kept. I started in the negative, and I'm not going back, but I'm just saying I started in the negative, and then that was carried through the whole year when it should have been cleared off immediately. And at the end of the year, it looked like I borrowed $1 million when I did not. I was actually under budget and under revenue, and just 165 over revenue, but under budget. So I don't want that to happen again, and then all of a sudden it says that the sheriff's taking an emergency, having to take an emergency withdrawal out of general revenue again. But you're correct, on that we could drop that to 125 if indeed prisoners don't come back till then.
Right. If the prisoners come back prior, that changes the complexion of the whole deal.
So when do we get to make those budget adjustments? Not till October again?
If it's not an emergency, yes, it'll be October, but unless you bring in double the prisoners of what we're planning, we won't get into an issue of
145,952.
okay, I have this exact, who made these calculations?
Ellen did.
Okay, I have the exact premium form, and Elaine applied her percentages to it. And general revenue, it puts a little more of it on general revenue and road and bridge.
Okay.
So the number then we're gonna use is what for police liability?
135 is what, it's 134,
Even?
yeah.
Okay.
Just put 135 even there.
And we'll make those adjustments.
So,
All right, well-
if you take the 99,686 and that we saved on fringe benefits,